Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Movie Time with Tom. I am still your host, Tom. And another episode we're going to talk about movies that came out last weekend and movies that you're going to look forward to this weekend and movies in development for the weekends up ahead. Alright, movies coming out now. Or no, movies that are already out now. Movies that you should go see when you have time. Number one on that list is Fury. David Ayers makes this great, fantastic practical effects tribute to World War II about a tank and a tank crew. It is very realistic with the effects. The action is intense, the drama is there, and most importantly, I want to go on record as nominating Shia LaBeouf for Best Supporting Actor. Yes, straight up, let the Academy recognize him because his performance is well deserving of at least a nomination, if not bringing home the gold. Can't give any spoilers away. It is exactly what you would expect a World War II war movie to be about. It is war at its finest detail. Next on the list is Gone Girl. Yes, my weekly dig at Ben Affleck in his full frontal nudity film Gone Girl. Man's accused of killing his wife, even though he claims he didn't do it. So very cliche, because that's not in the news at least once a week on every major news network. So guaranteed that there's supposed to be a movie that's going to stay out in the theaters about this. Next on the list is the animated tale Book of Life. Voice acting skills of Channing Tatum and Zoe Saldana. It's a kids movie with some very adult themes to it about dying and finding the love of your life. Should be a full-on family affair to go see this movie because it is well crafted and well made. Next on the list is Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. This movie is definitely designed for your 9 to 12-year-old audience. Steve Carell plays a very optimistic father who's been laid off and takes care of his family the best way he knows how while his wife is the breadwinner. Jennifer Garner does a superb job as she transitions in her life from moving from the A-list bombshell to the A-list mom role. Another cameo in this is Stifler's mom, and you see her in the commercials, so you see what kind of role she plays in this. A very unexpected role for her. Definitely geared towards the 9 to 12-year-old age demographic. Next on the list is Nicholas Sparks' Best of Me. Like I said last week, it's two white people almost kissing. If you're a fan of The Notebook, you'll be a fan of this movie. It's exactly what it's geared towards, and Nicholas Sparks' books have a certain theme, and this book follows right along the theme. Stephen King makes horror movies. You know what he's going to make. You know what it's going to come out when he does it. Same with Nicholas Sparks. He's going to make, when he writes a book, it's going to follow a certain thing. That's his style, and that's the way that works. Next on the list is Dracula Untold. The sympathetic view of how Vlad the Impaler became Dracula. It's great science fiction, fantasy fiction. Bard does a great job playing Vlad. He's outstanding. This is a great fall flick to get your appetite whet for the Halloween season coming up. Next on the list, if you haven't seen it already, is The Judge, The Battle of Two Roberts. Both of them trying to give each other an Oscar because that's how they are. Both of them are highly talented, well-skilled veterans of the entertainment industry, and they put on very stellar performances in this family lawyer biopic. And coming in at 8th spot on the list is Annabelle, another horror movie in time for Halloween about a doll. It's the precursor for The Conjuring because Conjuring 2 is still to this day, locked up in legal battles. So we may not get to see that movie when we want to, but hopefully it'll come out soon to scare us and get us back into the scary mood moments. And coming in on the 9th and 10th spots on the list is Denzel Washington's The Equalizer, and number 10 is The Maze Runner. If you haven't seen movies this weekend and you haven't seen these coming up and you have some free time, definitely go check out either one of these films. They're both outstanding films. With the lack of original films and new movies coming out this weekend, I highly suggest if you have the time to take in one of them as well. And this is going to lead us to the next segment, next part of our thing, movies that are coming out this weekend. That's right, we have two. We've got John Wick and we've got The Ouija. The Ouija is a remake of the old classic board game. Not really quite sure why you would call it a game. Get a group of friends together and try to unlock a gate to the paranormal and bring ghosts or specters or spooks or poltergeists into your world of living and have the terrible things that come out of this bad choice. Which brings us now to John Wick. Keanu Reeves is back as a hard-nosed killer badass that can kick everybody's butt, because he didn't kick enough butt in the Matrix trilogy, so he's just reprising the same thing that he did in 47 Ronin and just be a badass, because he's Keanu Reeves and he doesn't show emotion like Theodore Preston Esquire. Yeah, I'm really waiting for Bill and Ted 3 to come out, and anything that Keanu Reeves between now and then is just lacking on my part, because I don't want to see him doing the same thing in another movie that has the exact same context except wardrobe changes. It just lacks imagination. Alright, so that leads us now into the next group of things that we're going to talk about. Movies that are coming up soon. Alright, first on that list is Nightcrawler, coming out next weekend. Bad things happen at night. Nothing good happens after midnight. It's a true statement. It happens in every city. All these bad things happen after midnight. Usually with the use of alcohol or some other substance in one's body. But this is all about somebody getting this on tape and they making a story about it and using this stuff as evidence, and yet is he really involved or is he just an observer? Hard to tell. Also coming out next weekend is Before I Go to Sleep. It's the thriller version of 50 First Dates. Yes, there's one lady who loses all of her short-term memory before she goes to sleep, and when she wakes up she gives herself a memory and tries to figure out how to live her life day to day. Except some of the life choices she's made, things come back to haunt her, and this is why this is not a thriller. This is a thriller, not a comedy. Also coming out next week to limited theaters is the ABCs of Death. That's right, 26 letters in our alphabet, 26 directors, 26 styles of dying. This slasher horror gore fest is there to entice audiences, because this is the second time they're doing the alphabet in recent history. Oh, the goodies. Oh, yeah. So if you're a fan of the hack and slash horror fest that is what we know as these types of movies, then this one's coming out just on Halloween for you to be entertained thoroughly. And also in future development, someone out on io9.com has released what Tom Gore is going to do for the next 5 years of his life. And that is the Marvel DC movie cinematic universe. It was kind of redundant the way I just said that. I'm okay with that. It's got the list of the day, month, and year of all the prospective movies from the Warner Brothers Studios, Fox, Sony, Marvel, and anyone else who's putting out a licensed franchise movie to entertain you thoroughly for getting all your superhero goodies in for the next 5 years. It's just amazing that all these, if I can get in board in any of these things, I would be happy to. I do look like Guy Gardner, not that they're going to revamp the Green Lantern. Oh yes, they are going to redo the Green Lantern movie. Thank you. That's not until 2020, but that's okay. And this brings us to my segment that I like to bring in, the independent film of the week, which is Bombshell Bloodbath. It is a horror film done in the Italian horror zombie style, brought to you by Brett Mullen. And this movie is right now hitting festivals around the country. So if you can go to a festival this weekend to see it playing, or for the near future of festivals coming in, it is a beautiful tribute to the old zombie movies. It is outstanding. It is beautiful. And the story is quite telling. I cannot give any spoilers. It was made here in beautiful North Carolina, and you can see a lot of that scenery during the whole film. So please go check it out. Put it on your watch list and ensure that you get to see Bombshell Bloodbath. I hope you all have a great night. Enjoy the movies. Make sure you visit your concession stands, and I will see you at the theater. Have a great night. All right, now we can wrap this up.
Let's do
that again.